Hey guys, Mike from Boyer Bows here. Okay, I'm kind of doing a little weird thing here. We're in my garage late at night. I told the wife that if I was going to do this glue up, I would do it outside. But the wind is blowing at like 60 miles an hour tonight. Not an exaggeration, it got windy here in Vegas. And so I closed up everything, and we're going to do a little sinew of the Osage bow, Lakota bow, for you now. And I'll show you where I am in the setup, and we'll get started. Alright, so what we have here, there's the bow. Now what I did so far, and there's my glue. Now this is the hide glue I'm using, is Tight Bond, ready to go, genuine hide glue. What I've done so far is I've put a sizing coat on the bow everywhere where the sinew is going to go. Now, where is that? That's where the fade of the limb ends. You can kind of see it's glossy. All the way down through the handle to the other fade. There's the glue, and here's all my sinew. Now you may notice a couple of things with this sinew. This stuff is kind of golden brown, yellowish. This stuff is nice white, snowy looking. The way you process sinew is you get the deer tendon, you let it dry out completely, and then you start pounding it. And the more you pound it and pound it and pound it until it frays into threads. This stuff was not pounded nearly as much, although I did pull it into nice long threads, as this. I mean, those look like rice noodles. They're so white. I don't know why I did that. That was just a little mistake on my part. I don't even know if it's a mistake. I've used sinew a lot in this state. I've used very little sinew where I actually kept going. I think I was just angry. I got good at me and I just kept hitting the thing. So, what I'm going to do, I know this stuff works. I've used it before. It works great. So I'm going to use this stuff first as my first layer of sinew. Then I'm going to go over the top of that with this stuff. So let's do one limb for you really quick here so this video won't take years. Let's see if I can set this up here. Now, what I am going to be doing, hopefully this is going to, I'll start with the handle anyway. Alright. So what I'm going to do, basically, tight spaces. Got a gloved hand, I got a non-gloved hand. The non-gloved hand is going to take the sinew. I'm going to divide it in about, how much? I'm going to say here, well, I think this is enough for one nice long gohickey here. Hang on a second, I'll show you. It's probably not in the camera yet, but okay. I'm just going to kind of pull the edge on it a little bit. See, I got a loose thing. There you go. Now when I lay it out, flatten it out here, how wide is that going to be? I'm going to say, when it's completely flat, about anywhere between 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch thick, or wide. I take it, I'm going to push as much water as I can out of it, just with my fingers, and I'm going to run it through the hide glue. Just get it completely saturated in this hide glue. I have more hide glue as well. Okay, the ungloved hand is going to get sticky. Alright. Really saturated with the hide glue. We come to the bow, and I start at the handle, and I lay out the sinew over the top, and then I just kind of flatten it out. Helps if you hold it down with one hand and flatten it out with the other hand. And see, it's twisted here. I don't want that. So I'm just going to kind of push them apart, and then bring them back together. and then flatten her out. I don't want to see the bow through the sinew. Keeping it all nice and together like that. I'm even going to move it over to the side a little bit so I can get the next piece on the bow just as lovely. Get this thing going here. Alright. And that's our first piece of sinew on the bow. Alright, let's get another one. Alright, now I got a finger washer. Hide glue comes off really well in water. So I'm just going to get my fingers feeling a little less sticky. Come get some sinew here. Right, that's a lot. I'm going to cut that number in half right now. Put that back in the water. Squeegee that out with my fingers. Line it up a little better. There we go. Squeegee, squeegee. Into the glue. Get it nice and saturated in our hide glue. Squeegee, squeegee. There we go. Oh, they got a piece of sinew. Wild sinew. Wild piece of sinew got away from me there. Come here, you. This stuff's like gold. I don't want to waste any of it. Alright, nice wild. Just going to lay it out again here. Press it down. Don't want to see the yellow through the bow. I don't want to see the bow through the sinew. Nice thick piece of sinew there. Flatten her out. Alright. I'm going to cover the side a little bit. You see how much sinew this takes? Okay. Let's get this last piece on here. Oops. Let's get some of the water out. Whoops. Hey, come here, you. Yeah, this is a messy process, but it's it works awfully well. And yeah, I got 3 bottles of this hide glue in case I need it. I don't know if I'll need it all. I don't know if I'll need all this sinew. But if I don't put glue on the sinew, I can always dry it back out again. Straighten it out, dry it out. There we go. Alright. That wasn't very accurate, but alright. And now it's looking. Oops, see what I just did? Better fix that. Alright. Now don't worry about the glue running over the side of the bow because I'm going to sand this off. The sides, any extra glue that might be there. And there we go. Now what I have is this part of the handle, this half of the handle has been covered. This part's got the frayed edges. So when I come back and do this limb, I'll bring the tips of the next piece of sinew this way, covering the handle and then coming out this direction. But for now, we're going to go up the length of the bow. So let's get some more of the good stuff here. Let's move you back this way. And let's see, we'll just use this. So it looks like my big plan. See, right now I'm looking at the sinew I have, and I'm saying to myself, I have enough of this sinew probably to finish this limb. But I don't have enough to go back this way. So what I'm thinking of doing now is taking this next bit of sinew here and instead of instead of working up to the tip in this limb, I'm going to start working. I'll use this white sinew. It's really well pounded, well processed sinew in the middle of the bow, and I'll extend the stuff that I know works even better on the limbs even more. I don't know if that made sense, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick this in the glue here. I'm going to get some nice glue on there. There we go. Alright, now I'll come in. Now watch what I do here. I'm going to take the frayed end, or not the frayed end, but the end, and I'm going to cover over the part that's already been sinewed on the bow, and then work down the limb this way with it. So it makes one nice, continuous thing, instead of the cutoff right here where you got sinew going this way, sinew going this way, and a little blank spot in the middle. They don't want that. Alright, let's get this organized. Yeah, this white stuff was really deceptive. I don't have nearly as much as I thought. So it should prove interesting. Here, let's get the water out. Okay. More of the glue. Okay. And again, covering up the middle. This was a long one. Laying it out straight, pressing it down. That barely gave me one row of it. Alright, we're already at 12-minute mark here. Okay, I see the camera didn't catch that, so I'm going to move this up a little bit. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to come back when I'm done and show you the final steps in the sinew process. Let's do one more here. And what I was saying, I don't know if it came out in the last shot. Get some nice glue on here. Try not to drip water on the bow. Okay. Now what I was saying was that I started sinewing this way. So this whole section here stops there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tag end here, lay it on top of the sinew I've already done, press it down, and then start sinewing up the bow the other way. Okay? That way there's no visible transition. Okay. You got a pretty good idea what I'm doing here now. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll come back and show you the last step, where I have to tie the sinew around the middle and the ends to keep this thing, tight down on the bow. But that's the first part. I'll come back and finish this and show you the second part. I'm Mike from Boyer Bows.